Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. In this tutorial, we're going to draft a foundation-friendly snowman that has a little bit of applique added to it. This is not part of the foundation-friendly Christmas Mystery series, but is an opportunity to apply some of the concepts you've been learning during the mystery. On the home screen of Electric Quilt, select New Project. And let's label this Foundation Friendly Snowman and select OK. Select Design a Block from Scratch and select a new block Pieced Easy Draw block. In the Precision toolbar, change the block width and height to 4 by 8. Snaps should be set at 4 by 4. And snapping options set to snap to lines and arcs of drawing only. Select the line tool. We're going to partition the snowman into 4 sections. Draw the first horizontal line at around 5.5 inches. Because we are snapping to lines and arcs, the line will not be perfectly horizontal. Draw the next line around 3 inches. And then draw a line around 1.25 inches. Select Zoom In, and let's zoom in on the bottom segment. Draw a vertical line about 1/2 inch in from the left and the right. Draw 4 slanted lines for the corners to create the illusion of a rounded ball. Select Print and Export, and select Foundation. This is going to save what you've done. It's also going to tell us that we have just one foundation, which is what I would expect at this point. So if you go to sections, you can see it's all colored in one color. Go ahead and close, and now go back to draw, and we're going to scroll up to the 3rd section. Draw 2 vertical lines about 3/4 inch in from the left and right edges. Draw 4 slanted lines in the corners to create the snowball for that section. Draw a horizontal line about 1/2 inch down for the top of a scarf. Staying within the snowball, draw a couple of slanted lines for the bottom section of the scarf. Go to Print and Export, and let's select Foundation, and we should have 2 segments. Go ahead and close. Go back to the Draw tab, and now we're going to scroll up to the Head section. Select the Line tool, and now draw vertical lines about 1.25 inches in on the left and right. Draw some diagonal lines to round the snowball for the head. Select Print and Export, and select Foundation, and confirm that we have 3 sections, and select Close. Scroll to the top section and return to the Draw tab, and now draw 2 vertical lines about 3/4 inch in from the left and right. Draw a horizontal line between the 2 vertical lines about 1/4 inch up from the bottom. Draw 2 final vertical lines about 1.5 inches from the left and right edges of the block. Now select Print and Export, and select Foundation, and verify that you have 4 sections and none of the lines look like they have disappeared. Select Close. I just realized that I drafted this as an easy draw block, and I wanted to draft it as an easy plus applique block. So I need to move what I've done to a combination block. Select the Draw tab, and select the Pick tool, and select Control or Command plus A to select everything. Then under Edit, select Copy. And I'm going to do a new block, Pieced in Applique, Easy plus Applique. Make sure you're on the Easy Draw tab and select Edit Paste. Do your best to center the lines within the block. Because we are not snapping to a grid point, chances are you're going to have a little bit of a hole on one side. My trick for dealing with this is to select Resize and change the percentage horizontal and vertical to 102%. That's going to make the drawing slightly larger. Position the lines and arcs so that on all four sides we can see the nodes extend slightly over the edge of the block. Select Color and return to Draw, and the overlapping line segments have now been eliminated. You do want to double check that because you never want to leave a line segment outside the block when adding to Sketchbook. Select Print and Export, followed by Foundation, and confirm that you still have 4 sections and all the lines are intact. Select Draw and select the Applique tab. Select the Rectangle tool. Select the second option, which is the rounded rectangle, and drag a rectangle for the eyes. I find it easier to drag a slightly larger rectangle and then resize. Drag the crosshairs in the center to move the rectangle. Select Convert to Patch. Then select it with the Pick tool and drag a corner or one of the nodes to resize the rectangle. Select Clone and position the second eye. Select Clone and now change the size so it's close to a square and position for the mouth. Select Clone 4 additional times for additional pieces of coal for the mouth. Go ahead and position those. Select the Draw tool followed by the straight line. Under snapping options, make sure you have both Snap to Node and Auto Join segments when drawing turned on. Draw 3 lines for the carrot nose. Select the nose with the Pick tool and drag a corner or the edges to resize the carrot. Now let's scroll down to the next section. Select the Shapes tool, followed by the circle, and drag 2 circles for buttons in this particular section. Select the Draw tool, followed by Brush Stroke, and drag a line for the branch for the arms. To reduce the size of the stroke, go ahead and change the minimum width and boldness to 0.5. At this point, you can still adjust the segment and even move the starting and ending points. With the Pick tool, select the stroke and select Convert to Patch. With the Draw tool, select Stroke again, and now let's create a smaller segment. As we did before, reduce the minimum width and boldness to 0.5. Select Convert to Patch. Select Clone, and then change the rotation of the clone by clicking on the center with the controller command key and dragging one of the outside edges to affect the rotation. With the Pick tool, drag a box to enclose all of the branch segments. Select Clone, followed by Flip left to right, and move to the left side of the block. If I click on the center with the controller command key, I can now rotate all 3 patches at once. At this point, I will tweak the patches and the positioning to finish off the applique. For the final segment, go ahead and use the Shapes tool with the circle to add additional buttons. Then select the Color tab and color this. I added some plaids and stripes from the EQ Themes library for my fabrics. Once it's done, select Fit to Work Table, select Hide Show Quilt Patch Lines to see how it's going to look, and select Add to Project Sketchbook. To turn the snowman block into a quilt, I created a horizontal layout and added the snowman and borders. I did change the size to make a nice wall hanging. For those in the Christmas Mystery Project, we will be talking about rotating fabrics in a future video segment. Enjoy drafting your own snowman that is foundation friendly. Consider changing up the measurements and making other changes to personalize your snowman.